The following is a Comfortably Zoned Radio Network production.
Ralph, how you doing?
Hey, Mark, is this a good time?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a 3-second beat so I can have no trouble editing this thing.
Okay.
And we'll go 1, 2, 3. We are back, closing it out with Mark Littell. Mark, how are you, sir?
Well, I tell you what, up here in North Dakota right now, it's a great day. So any good day right now with that long winter is super duper. Plus it's baseball season. That's the biggest thing.
You're an Arizona guy. What are you doing in North Dakota? Tell us that.
Well, we're setting up here. My wife's in the modular oils type of thing here, and she did build houses. And when the downturn came, we said, well, the Scottsdale girls said, well, I want to go up to North Dakota. And I said, good, I think you should see what real people are all about. So they're kind of like where I kind of grew up out there. Teddy Roosevelt was like 25 miles west of here. And I'm telling you, he must have had some press cojones to live out here on a horse.
Now, how close are you to the monuments with the president? The president.
That's in South Dakota, which is about 4.5 hours south.
Okay.
So the Montana line is 50 miles though. So it's so cold out here, Ralph, that it can't snow sometimes.
That's pretty cold.
So that's a good way of explaining it, I guess.
That is a good way. Literally, physically, the weather guy will say it's too cold to snow. Is that right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It get down to minus 30 out here. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty amazing.
If it gets to minus 40, sell.
Yeah, that's what Teddy did, and then he went down running up San Juan Hill, and he said, "Yeah, I'm still running." So he ran up to the presidency. So that's where he went.
Well, you know a lot about Teddy Roosevelt, and I'm confused by something. He ran as an isolationist, if I'm not mistaken, and he didn't act it out. Which, if you follow history, we've had a lot of presidents who have run on one platform or another that they didn't live up to. Trump is living up to what the platform he ran on. I don't know if you know what that is. I'm going to mess up the country beyond belief. And that was his platform, and he's sticking to it. And I said all that without using an F-bomb.
There you go.
All right, I'm getting better, right?
And the one thing I don't like to do is being a baseball guy. They say never talk politics or religion too much. And I said, okay, whatever. Let's talk baseball. So,
all right. Well, let's talk a little baseball. It's the third week of the season in the books. Right. It's freezing not only in North Dakota, all over the country. How do you suppose this weather is affecting the outcome, the statistics? Is that a reason why the Pirates are doing well and the Mets are doing well and the Yankees aren't, and this, that, and the other thing? How much of an effect has this had in your estimation? Because we've never really had, this is uncharted territory. We've had a bunch of rainouts. You're playing double headers scheduled.
Right.
I want your opinion.
There's some teams out there that are playing like they're supposed to, which there's a separating point. Now you've got the good teams and the bad teams. It looks like you don't have middle ground too much, and you don't know how long that's going to last. But you look at the Yankees where they were. They were ready to. They got off to a really, really bad start. They're starting to come out of that one a little bit right there, and of course, Boston's on a big upswing at the time, and
they explain this one to me. They get no hit the other night by the A's. Manaya's terrific.
Right.
He's coming along. I give him credit.
Right.
But who expected? That's why baseball is wonderful. You never know what you're going to see. The hottest hitting team in baseball gets no hit, and it looked effortless.
So he was a first-round pick for the Royals, I think, 4 years ago, maybe, or 5, and then he gets traded. They go 3 guys in to the swing that got him into the World Series. One to second base, Zebras, and I think he's playing for the Cubs now. But it's interesting when those little things go sideways. And I think at one time he may have had an arm problem or something, but apparently he didn't have an arm problem the other night. So
I'm going to ask you something that's very interesting to me. As a ball player, when your team trades a teammate, do you guys talk amongst yourself and say, wow, that was a bad trade. We're getting so-and-so. We gave up this. Or conversely, wow, great trade. We gave up this Jake, and all of a sudden we're going to be great. Does it become clubhouse conversation?
No, we don't go there. We just play with who's on the field at the time, and you're trying to focus on each and every game that you really don't care who you're playing with. Let's just go out. And then I guess at the end of the season or 2 or 3 seasons when you can weigh the scale a little bit better, the players and the people in the front office can all, weigh that scale in and see where it unfolded. If it was, an uptrendy trend player, or it was
any
the other
deals
way.
when you were playing that you went, wow, this is good. Let's keep it positive.
Well, we got Porter at one time, but see, that was a really big trade right there. You had Vukovich and Simmons go to the Brewers, and then we got Porter and who the heck did we get? I can't remember, but it was a very big trade.
This was Kansas City, not the Cardinals.
No, that was St. Louis when Ted Simmons and Vukovich went to the Brewers from Cardinals.
Oh, okay. I thought, did Porter play with Kansas City at one time?
Yes, he did. He did play.
Okay.
But he got him over, but the trade. God, I cannot believe I can't remember this, but matter of fact, Whitey made the point when he made the trade, because Simmons was well known, Vukovich was well known. Vukovich, when we played him in '82, when the trade occurred in '81, '82, he ended up Cy Young in the American League. Right. Simmons was still hitting the ball, obviously, but Charlie Moore was doing most of the catching for the Brewers at that time. So we went ahead and won the whole shoot match in '82, and
hey,
it was Whitey. Matter of fact, Whitey said, Ralph, he said that both of these teams are going to be in the World Series next year. It's really funny because Whitey had certain little things quirks he'd say and they'd come true. And he was dead on.
Yeah. He was dead on when he chose you as his closer. How about that?
When your arm's strong good, you can get anybody out.
Well, yeah, it helps. It certainly helps. Speaking of the Brewers, this is back when Harvey Keene ran them, the Wallbangers. Did you get a chance to interact with him or meet him in your career at all?
I just saw him from the other dugout. That's about it. And then, he had real good hitters. And when I was over and throwing with Kansas City, they were in a different division. I threw against them a few times, and at the time they didn't matter. They were all the hitters were the same. And,
this was back in the Cecil Espy days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Oh, they did have some good hitters. They were loaded.
Robin Yount came in there as well, later on, right there, and I saw him come over his first year when He didn't come over. He came out of the system, their system. And,
hey, Mark, who was a Hall of Famer that you owned, and who was a scrub that owned you?
Well, Reggie Jackson said I was the hardest thing for him to hit, I guess.
Oh.
He said that about a year ago.
That's not bad.
No, I don't think he ever got a hit off me. And then
now what
Andy Etchebarren used to hurt me, of all people.
Okay.
You know, and he was you know, he was
wasn't known for his hitting in particular. It wasn't fast.
Yeah, he wasn't known for hitting at all, really. And you know, you look at Andy Etchebarren, he takes his mask on, you say, "Hey, put it back on." Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
He's a tough guy.
You want to get him a Nutty Buddy for his face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Andy Etchebarren, Nutty Buddy, facial buddy. You know, but you know something. But to get back to the Brewers, I gotta say this. I lost a friend, Dave Nelson, and Davey Nelson passed away a couple days ago. He's 73, and Davey was a heart of gold, and he was a gem, and baseball lost a gem, and he was a giver and not a taker, and he always gave back to the game. He gave to people. I don't know anybody said anything bad about Davey Nelson. You see it on Facebook, and it's up now and everything, and I got wind of it, and I put up my 2 cents, and I remember Davey asking me, Davey always took care of me even, I mean, when I was young, and we were in Boston, and I was really young, and he said, "Hey, country, you want to go to a tennis match today with me? We'll get back at Fenway." We're in Boston. He said, "We'll get back at Fenway at 4, you know?" And I said, "Nah, I don't want to see a bunch of pretty boys swatting at a tennis ball. And he said, I said, "Nah, but thanks." Well, the 2 pretty boys that were playing each other were McEnroe and Connors.
Oh, wow.
So I thought we would have watched the match of the century.
Oh, they had some matches. Connors.
Oh, yeah.
They were both absolutely left their game on the tennis court. And McEnroe was the greatest competitor, and a pair of hands. I mean, if he was turning double plays, that people wouldn't be talking about Mazeroski. This guy had hands at the net that were absolutely priceless, and he had a touch. He's terrific. And
but, you know, both those guys had mean streaks in them too. I mean, McEnroe and Connors. You know, they had that little mean thing about them. You know, which made a good athlete has that little mean streak in him. I know.
Right. And, how did you develop yours?
He blowing up trucks and blowing up pump houses and kind of crap, and you know, drilling hitters and laughing at them and you know, whatever, and messing up an umpire once in a while. You know, when he didn't call the zone right. But,
did any umpire hold a grudge against you, where it was just absolutely ridiculous?
Oh, they all, you know, no, they were all good. Well, the Italian guy, what's his name? DeMuro. Not DeMuro. Yeah, I think it was DeMuro. I don't think too many people liked him anyway. I just kind of put up with him and whatever. But I think he was the only one. I remember Dick Costello coming out the mound and showing me the picture of his wife at one time, and we had 2 outs, and the ball was hit to Templeton, and Hernandez fields it, and he's throwing it around the horn, and Costello has never been around me, but he kind of wanted to get to know me, I guess, because he came toward the mound, and Hernandez got the ball back from Ken Reeds, and he just stayed over there, and Keith knew what was going to happen, I guess. And so Dick said, "Hey, country," there was 2 outs, and it was a day game in St. Louis. And he said, "Hey, country, you ever see a picture of my wife?" I said, "No, I don't think I have. In fact, I haven't." And he said, "Here, I'll show you." So he digs down and gets his wallet out, and it's like a farmer's wallet. You know, it's all sweaty, and you know, the leather's all crumpy and everything. The plastic, he's going through the plastic right there, and he folds open a picture, and he shows me a picture of his wife. Well, she's nude, you know, and well, his wife was a stripper, and so it was great, you know. And so Hernandez just sitting there laughing his ass off, and so
right
said,
in the middle of the field.
I said to him, I said, nice knockers, and he said, yeah, aren't they though? He says, let's play some ball, guys. And so, so anyway, Hernandez comes in the dugout, and he said, yeah, Dick just showed Country his wife, you know, the picture, and he said, you know, it's kind of like my first year over in the National League. You know, her name was Chesty Morgan, and she's still alive. She's down in Florida, and she owns a lot of property along the beach. Actually, she rents it out. But yeah, Chesty Morgan.
I'll not look her up someday.
Yeah. Yep.
When you're in town, look up my wife.
They're the biggest in the East, I guess, right now. Still.
All right. Well, that's a record, and you could look it up," said Casey Stengel.
There you go. Yeah.
What is the basic difference between playing in the American League and playing in the National League, as you see it? Pitching.
There used to be a difference because the balls were actually different at one time, and of course now they're trying to get as much uniformity as they can within both leagues. I don't know if there really is as much difference anymore. I mean, you still have the DH that separates American from national.
But there's so much interleague play that you get an awful lot of national leaguers using the DH quite a bit, obviously.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So,
and I know that's always been in play for the last 15, 20 years, I guess. You know, the interleague play. I'm not exact on that, but I mean, they're used to it. They're accustomed to it. That they know they're going to have to do it. You know, are you going to get a good hitting pitcher on this type of team, on an American League team, or are you just going to get a bunter, or is he just straight out? No, it's
okay. Hey, Mark.
It all unfolds.
Mark, I'm producing this new radio show that you're going to be involved in. It's for Sports Byline USA, syndicated on 200 stations plus armed forces radio. So I'm trying to keep in mind the time a little bit, so because you produce that, it's a little different than a podcast. Yes. So I'm not cutting you off, but we're just shortening it a bit. And I wanted to tell you what a terrific show you have, and how we're communicating beautifully on this, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, me too, Ralph.
And I'm so glad you're recovering. It sounds like you're hanging in there, and that's the whole idea: hanging in and keeping the faith, baby. Yes, for sure. And I'm glad you're doing the armed forces, because I'm going to start doing some things for the VA, actually, Veterans Administration. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. We'll have you on the show early on, and to talk about that, and to talk about you. You're one of the most outgoing, with your feelings, guy that I've ever talked to. You're really a straight shooter, Mark, and just wanted to tell you that. Sounds good, Ralph. All right. Was here. Yep. We'll be back next week, same bat station, that kind of thing. And I want you to stay healthy. And everybody out there, if you're listening, this is something very dear and near and dear to Mark's heart. I'd like you to box up some children's books and take them to the Head Start program. Kids need to read. They need to become educated, school ready, develop a passion, get their noses out of the devices and the computer. It's important to get them books for a number of reasons. Mark, you have a history with the Head Start program. Your mom was either the first Head Start nurse in history or one of the top two or threes. One of them. Macht's nicht, as they say. It matters not. What she did was terrific, and she passed on, as did your dad, a way of going around the track that I admire, Mark. You're your own person, and that's very important. So box up those books, folks. Get them to Head Start, and thank you very much. We'll be back next week. See you, Mark. Be well.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Adios, everybody.
Yeah.